Five, four, three, two, one, and go.
Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto. Here we are at
Yes.
the Japanese Grand Prix, baby. Please
Yes.
behave.
Yes.
Twist
Yes.
on groovy and just a little bit of alright. You know what
Yes.
I mean?
Big race. A lot of people's favorite Grand Prix of the year. A lot of the drivers' favorite. It's Fernando Alonso's, even though he didn't qualify perfectly. But this should be proved to be an interesting race, at least from the back of the field, as I think Max will most likely have another dominant victory in Formula One.
Well, the biggest news affecting this race is that Logan Sargent is starting from pit lane with a 10-second penalty. That will have a dramatic effect on the points paying positions, I would imagine. He said facetiously, I guess he crashed the car in Q1,
Oh
didn't get
yeah.
a time in, and they had to technically rebuild a new car. Uh, what are your prospects for this kid next year? Anything?
It
What's he
seems
done?
like the new MO, modus operandi here in Formula One, is letting people stay no matter how inconsistent or bad they are. I mean, if you look over just from team to team, you have Lance Stroll at Aston Martin, you have Zhou Guan Yu at Alfa Romeo, you have Logan Sargent at Williams, you have Daniel Ricciardo recently signing a contract with AlphaTauri, which was totally undeserved. Um, I don't know. This sport has seemed to gone softer as the years gone by. I mean, when I first started watching it, and from all the years you've watched, it was much more cutthroat when you didn't get the results.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, everybody, oh, you need to give him 3 years now. Man, there were so many one and dones back in the day. One season and done. Sometimes not even one season, but yeah, I don't know. Sergeant, I don't think with the position being like a coveted uh, position with the association with Williams and everything. I mean, not with Williams, but with Mercedes with the engine. Uh, it's unfortunate because you've got 3 races in the United States, and here you did. I don't think the driver's going to get a chance. So whatever. I just thought I'd bring that up because it's not in that doesn't happen that much often nowadays, where somebody has to do the 107% rule to be able to qualify for a race and get special
Yeah.
dispensation and all
No
that.
more
So
HRT and Marussias. Now, to go to another point,
yes,
the tire strategy, from what I understand, is it's most likely going to be a two pit stop strategy, which actually is uncommon here. Although they didn't resurface the track, there's been a lot of degradation on the tires in all the practice sessions and in qualifying. Max Verstappen, however, is one of the few drivers on the grid who doesn't have two hard compound tires. What most people are believed to do with the pit strategy during this race is they'll either start out most likely on soft, that'll last up until the 13 to 19 lap mark. Then they're going to go on hards for another 20 laps or so or more, and then go
well,
on
we've
to
got.
another pair of hards.
So you think you're going to be a two-stopper, huh?
It seems from every indication of every article I've read from every reporter that it's going to be a two-stopper. But the weird thing is, Max Verstappen, the guy who's leading the rate, will at least out qualified the second fastest driver by over half a second, doesn't have the best pit strategy that pretty much the entire field has.
Well, a lot of these races, like you said in the past, were wet races. Now, have we had any history on the dry races and how many pit stops they had here? We've got a total of 53 laps, right, for this
Correct,
race?
correct. 53 laps. Um, it seems to be the strategy that if you started out at the front, you're gonna most likely be on softs, maybe mediums, depending on what team you are and what position you're in. And then you'll switch to hards and then pit one more time and go on to hards. Unless you start on hards and then you can Well, no, no, you don't start on hards. You start on mediums, you go to hard, and then what we saw in the Singapore Grand Prix, people throwing on softs with 15 laps to go and trying to hunt down the field, like we saw with George Russell and Lewis Hamilton, which was almost successful last weekend.
So, do we know what anybody's starting on? Did they? Do we have that information?
At
And what
at
are you?
At the moment, we don't because the tires are actually still covered. They're still on the grid right now, so it will be reported as soon as those come off.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what this kid Liam Lawson can do here because he's in the Super Formula Series. That's a open wheel series that's run in Japan, and he knows his track very well. And here again, I mean, he has an opportunity. I think, even though Tsunoda's up at ninth, Lawson's only starting 11th. He has an opportunity to get in the points again. He could theoretically, you
Yeah,
know,
I know where you're going with this.
and, and why they take Ricardo over him after Ricardo not really showing much of anything in what he's done in his comeback, if you want to call it that. Uh, if I was some other team, I'd snatch that kid up and get him in a, I don't know, maybe get him in that Williams.
It
If Sargent's out, he should be in.
it's the most perplexing thing, and Peter Windsor said the same thing. There's just no explanation for this. I mean, it's Ricardo's a good ambassador, but it's not like he's bringing any more money to the team. And this is a team that historically looks to the future. That's the whole idea behind AlphaTauri.
Yeah, I thought they were going to announce Ricardo and Vettel for the States next year.
That would have been that would have been great. Actually, there's a report that came out today that Yuki Tsunoda hadn't been confirmed last weekend, and a delegation, a group of high power executives from Honda came and sat down with Christian Horner and the greater team at Red Bull to really push that issue.
Oh, I'm sure of it. I'm sure of it. Money, when they got all that money down there. But then again, how long are they hooked up with Honda again? For how many years?
I
We're only
think
talking.
I think the powertrains that they're going to develop, yeah, it's going to be developed in house, but how many of those engineers are going to be flown in from Japan is the
Yeah.
question.
When do they end their association with Honda and begin their
I think
association
it's
with Ford?
2026,
That's
right?
what I thought too. So
Yeah.
that's a forever along away. I mean, but wouldn't you like to see how Lawson stacks up against um, Albon and the Williams?
Yeah,
Because
I would, and I think Lawson's so good. F2 champion, everything. I mean, he came into this. He wasn't even a reserve driver this season. He just showed up out of nowhere. Ricardo crashed it on a Saturday. I think he had one full practice, a P3 practice, and then just straight to qualifying after it.
yes, as much as I wanted to see an American in the seat, I think he should have spent another year in F2, and they should have put Mick in that
Yeah,
Williams and everything.
I agree.
I don't know.
Does
The decisions some of these guys make no sense. But you know what the decisions are always usually ruled by?
money? I'm
That.
assuming.
Thank you very much. You've learned a lot over the years. I'll
Well,
tell you.
Total Wolf did send over Mick Schumacher's simulator results and data, and what is it, James Val's he just rejected it. He's not going to sign him to Williams, and it seems like Mick Schumacher is going to be doing sports car racing. He's going to sign with a factory team. It seems like
I think he should follow his father's lead in love of the United States and come to IndyCar. But hey, that's me. You know,
these
they've
guys will
got
never
horse
listen.
ranches here and stuff. I
They'll
mean,
never listen. We've given them the option. They'll never listen. Here's another story that's even bigger than Liam Lawson. Although Liam Lawson is important, what do you think is going to happen if Oscar Piastri has a better start than Max?
I don't think that's going to happen, to be honest with you. But I mean, I do see him staying in front of Norris, and I do see him putting on the podium, which that would be substantial. I see Perez moving up to take second place to do 1-2 because Perez is a better racer than he is a qualifier. And with that car, and if Max can get a half a second out of that car and in qualifying, Perez can probably get half that amount during racing. The advantage per lap is what I'm saying. And with that, he's going to move up into a podium position. So second or third, but I'm targeting him for second. If he finishes third, that's fine. But I think one of those McLarens is going to be on the podium. So, but I'm just, you know, impressed with both these young guys, which I want to see. I mean, as much as you appreciate a guy like Alonso, seeing these young kids, that's the future. You know, Lawson, Piastri, and
Well, I disagree with you on the Sergio Perez thing. Charles Leclerc historically has always been fast here, and this is really a track for fast guys who are uber talented. I think Leclerc will probably end up finishing second place.
yeah. Well, you know that last race, Sainz really controlled that thing. Have to give him kudos there. I mean, that
He'll
was.
fuck it up here, don't worry, trust me. He won't be
Mm,
consistent with it. I mean, I just don't. It won't happen. It won't happen here. He had a tremendous crash here on the first lap last year,
but
first
who's going to
half
F it up worse, him
between
or
who?
Leclerc?
Him or Leclerc? Well, I know Leclerc's. I think Leclerc, man. It's good to have someone light a fire up your ass like that, especially a teammate, because he took a back seat, and I've heard people talking about, Sainz is leading him in the championship. Last year, Sainz led him for a lot of time in the championship, eventually lost to him. But now he's got the only race victory for Ferrari this year. And Leclerc's got to establish himself as the clear number one, not to the team, but to the
Yeah,
wider general public.
you're right. You're right. They're showing a bunch of things here, man. Hamilton's chrome helmet looks pretty freaking
It looks
cool.
awesome. It looks as cool as any helmet's ever looked.
And you know what? I'd love to go to this race because these people in Japan are fans. I tell you, you just see them just turning in the stands, turning and churning and loving their Formula One. And I'm sure we got a lot of Yuki Tsunoda fans here. Um, Man, it'd be cool to go there, have some nice sushi on those conveyor belts, and then go see the Grand Prix.
Yeah, you're
Oh, let's
right. All
see.
right, two stop, soft, hard, hard, which is what I discussed earlier. And now
Or
there's another option, medium, hard, soft. Max cannot do the top one. He does not have two hard compound tires.
I think the better one is the bottom one, the medium, hard, soft.
We'll
That
see.
would be that would be a very interesting strategy.
And to let everybody know, if you look down on our video, I have a ticking historical race news on this Grand Prix track. Ferrari has not tasted victory in Suzuka since 2004.
Whoa, 2004.
And
Who was
guess
who was
what?
that?
Wait,
Fernando?
let me tell you,
No, he was still with.
there's another historical race update on
Wasn't Fernando because he was with Renault at the
Renault.
time.
But there's another historical. What was 2004 Japanese Grand Prix? There's another thing. It's the last time Formula One ever saw a brother 1-2.
Oh, the Schumachers,
Yep.
and I'm assuming Michael was in front.
Your assumption would be correct.
Otherwise, somebody might be in the wall.
Yes, yes, yes. And one other thing, too. This Grand Prix is home to the record of the lowest starting position for a victory when Kimi Räikkönen won in 2006, starting from 17th.
Whoa. And the following year, what did he do? But his championship year
Yep.
was 2007, though. I wonder what he did then.
But
But
historically, for Ferrari, I mean, they have so many fans here. And also another statistic here we have on race updates. Suzuka has the record for the most championship deciding Grand Prix. It actually surpassed Monza last year when Max won his championship at this Grand Prix.
Yeah, well, the position in the calendar would
Yes.
have lent itself to that particular statistic. But look at all the fans with their little checker flags and the waving around in the
It's so
stands.
organized too. It's like everything's right where it should be.
Clean, neat,
Yep.
everything. We got to get over to this race sometimes.
Oh my God. All right. Well, we're gonna start. We're gonna stack them up. If Piastri gets aside Max, you should think smart of it because I don't think that guy will back out.
Looks like Max is on mediums, Piastri's on mediums, Norris is on mediums, uh,
Correct.
Albon.
Looks like the whole field as of right now, from what I'm seeing, is on mediums. You're right. Look at that
Yeah, I've
intensity,
always loved
Christian
this.
Horner.
Track's very challenging, high speed, challenging track. Got some very unique corners, R180 and all this stuff, and Spoon. Um,
Man, I love this. This
just
is so intense. This is so good.
yeah. I mean, oh, look at that! Look at Fernando warming up the tires there.
Yep. Yep.
Look at this. This
All
is
right.
beautiful to start. They're gritting up with the Aston Martin
And it,
pace car behind them
and
and
it
all
seems
that.
like the back of the pack is heavily on softs from what I've seen. The later half of the grid seems to primarily be on softs here, while the mediums are up front and Logan Sargent in the pit lane
I
to
see
start.
reds on the back, the Alpha on reds.
All right.
That would be Bottas. No, Zhao. Whoa, look at Max come
Max
across.
going all the way, and that's
defending.
a mistake.
Oh, the Ferraris.
Oh, big accident! There's a
Oh,
big
my
accident in the
God.
back.
Yeah, we're gonna have
Something
a red
happened.
flag.
Somebody's out immediately. Somebody's out immediately.
Terrible. Max defended against both of the McLarens. He was like the meat in the sandwich there at the start almost. He had a papaya to the right, a papaya to the left, and it was
Yep.
Max in the middle, and Max came out
And
ahead.
Alpha Tauri's
it's all-
right next to each other, racing side by side.
Yeah.
Now, who lost all
Alpha
those?
Tauris are fighting. Look at
Yep.
that.
Oh,
Was
man,
that Lawson
Jesus.
ahead? And then Tsunoda gets him the over under. Holy crap! He almost put him into the.
What is the Lawson's ahead of Sonoda?
Yeah,
Holy
but
shit!
but look at now.
Is that Stroll or is it Fernando got a bad start? No, Alonso's up in 6th. That's Stroll.
Look at those Alpha Tauris going at it. Oh my God! Lawson's leading them too. Lawson went from
Wow.
what? Starting 11th up to 10th, and Tsunoda went from 9th to 11th.
Safety car.
I knew that was going to happen because we saw some carnage there at the beginning.
Is there debris on the track that needs to be?
Look at all that carbon fiber
And it appears to be
going
Zhou
into
Guan-
turn one.
appears to be Zhou Guan Yu, who just had a message on radio saying that he does have car damage. We're gonna have to see the replay, but a good
I'm
start
seeing-
to the Grand Prix, right?
Yeah, I'm seeing big bits of carbon fiber there going down into turn one. Not even in turn one, right at the approach to turn one. So there's the end plate of Bottas. That's all ripped up. He started on softs.
Yep. Did the two?
Oh, look, and the other one,
did
the
two,
other Alpha.
Yeah, did the
Both
two Alfa
Alphas got
Romeos
messed
come
up.
together though?
I don't know if it was a two Alpha come together because Bottas started 16th and Zhou was starting 19th.
It seemed like something weird happened back here. Here, we'll see.
There's a race restart they're showing us.
All right.
Max gets a good start, but so does Piastri. And Max moves over on Piastri while Norris goes to the left of him and makes an evasive move. Whereas if he should have held his line is what he should have done. That is Norris.
Yeah, he really should have.
Look at that. Because he could have got him on the outside almost. But Norris, I'm happy in second place.
Yeah.
There's no way I could have challenged
And
him.
Lewis Hamilton
Not
pushed.
unless you do it, like Wayne Gretzky said.
Yeah.
You know, I
Lewis
miss
hit
100% of
Instead
the
of the shots
chances.
never take.
I,
But Lewis Hamilton was pushed onto the grass, it seems. He was
oh,
going
was
around
Hammy?
Perez.
Here's the in-car for signs behind.
Whoa!
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa! That was how
Almost
did Perez?
contact with Perez.
Oh boy, here goes Hammy's car. They're showing his in-car. He's got Perez in front of him. Perez
Yep.
is. Oh, is that his end plate for Hamilton? I've been hit by Perez, Hamilton
I
said.
think he was
And then he
just.
got hit again by
Yep.
Perez.
I don't know
He
if he
got
was hit or squeezed.
he was squeezed technically.
Whoa! Did you just see
Oh,
Albon? Yeah. Holy. So he's
that
got to
was
have
Albon.
He's got to have damage then.
Albon got his wing ripped up.
So that's who contacted with what? Botas
That's not
there?
Sargent, is it?
No, it was Albon.
And now they're showing a Haas here. What happened with Kevin Magnussen? He's got
He's the one who.
Albon in front of him.
Oh!
Oh my God! The Alpha moved over on the Williams of Albon horrendously, so much that the two wheels went in the air. The two right wheels.
And that was Botas going into that wheel. Yep.
Yep. Yeah, it was Bottas
What an idiot.
getting his elbows out way too wide on the start.
Just
Oh my God.
get rid of that guy. It's no longer necessary.
He's just cashing a paycheck. This guy's not Bottas. Oh, who went off there?
And that was was that
Was that Zhao?
it wasn't Botas, it was probably Albon.
Boy, look at that dive that Norris. Was that Norris?
Who's got
Or
a
was that
wing?
Piastri?
No, Perez is going to need a wing replacement here. Oh my God,
This screws it.
screws his race tremendously.
But it's under the safety car.
Yeah,
But even
look at that. He's down in 16.
they changing tires. He's going hard.
No, soft stay.
He's still no. Those are hard.
No, those are softs. Red.
those
Look
are
at that.
hard.
You
White.
don't see the big red?
Yeah, that's on the wheel.
Did I get a wrong angle?
Look at all
on
that
this?
crap.
They didn't
Look at all
even
that
fix
carbon
it.
fiber.
They didn't move anything. You're
Look
right.
at all the carbon
You're right.
fiber.
It's hard tires. You're right.
All the carbon fibers, even on the pit lane exit.
Yep.
Oh my God.
They haven't done anything. It's been an extra 2 laps. Nothing's been done.
So Max is on mediums. Now Perez is on hards. He's already did the change. So who knows?
Hamilton
I
radio.
know.
Does he have yeah, you're right. Well, Perez is on hards now, but okay,
But he's in 18th place.
yeah. That's the only problem. Sargent 19th, Bottas 20th. Okay, let's see if there's any been movement. Hulkenberg up in 12th. Stroll, I think, started terribly. He's up to 11th already. That's pretty good. Liam
Stroll
Lawson.
started 17th. Now he's in 11th.
If
But then that's elevated by Perez and Albon and Bottas.
If Liam Lawson beats Yuki Tsunoda here, you have to rip up Ricardo's contract. This is a fucking joke.
I don't know why they why they did it before the start of this Grand Prix.
And
To say, oh yeah, Ricardo, we're gonna, kiss his butt in Macy's window, get out the brown lipstick. It's ridiculous. I mean, the man is well liked. He could be a great ambassador for the sport and for the team. But after his days at McLaren, he cashed his paycheck at Renault and McLaren, got 4 years of high dollar. Oh man, look at the problems they had.
You know what? They
with this
didn't
pit stop,
They didn't think they were going to have to change a tire, and then they had to lift up the car
and they went back to softs.
manually. That Alfa Romeo team's in distress.
Oh my
man.
God!
It's been in distress for a while. Ever since Frederick Vassar left, it's been in distress.
If Audi's taking over that team, they better get some freaking Austrians and Germans going on there, because they've had probably too many Italians influenced with Alfa Romeo and everything. I sound like Helmut Marko, don't I?
Yeah,
right? With all,
yeah.
oh, that's a South American
Good,
thing. Yeah.
yeah,
I'm sorry.
yeah.
I
No,
did
you're
that on purpose,
no.
actually.
I know your humor. You don't have to
See,
explain.
that's my humor.
Let
I
me.
did that on purpose to play on the helmet Marco thing because everybody was smacking him on the back of his hands and whatever. I'm surprised
You got
this.
to be a real fan here, or it's non sequiturs galore.
Yeah,
Anyways,
you know it. You
uh,
know it. But we're
Per-
looking at what?
Perez
What?
being noted for something. They're gonna apply a penalty maybe for not following safety car procedures. I don't understand that. Okay, but let's let everybody know the running order right now. The
Yeah,
safety car is
run it down.
ending.
Run it down.
Verstappen, Norris, Piastri, Leclerc, Sainz, Alonso up into sixth, Hamilton up into seventh, Russell eighth, Liam Lawson ninth, ahead of Sonoda 10th.
Nice.
11th, Lance Stroll, who I think moved up from 17th or 18th. Hulkenberg, 12th. Gasly, 13th. Magnussen, 14th. Ocon in 15th. Zhou in 16th. Albon, 17th. Perez, 18th after a pit stop for a wing. Sargent, 19th. Bottas for a pit for a wing and tires, 20th.
I don't see the Alpines doing anything here.
I don't
They
see him
just
doing anything all
they
season.
they go to a lot of tracks lately and they just don't have it. And that ain't good because they've been a recent huge investment in that team
Mm-hmm.
and they're not getting the results they want. Who do you I mean, they signed Gasly for how many? 2 years?
Gasly, I think that was 3 years.
Oh God. They're gonna get stuck with him for 3 years.
And
And if I was gonna keep the either one of those drivers, it'd be Ocon, not Gasly.
all right, green flag.
All right, here we go. Green. Come on, Max.
Norris is. I want Norris to at least challenge him, though. Come on. Max is good at restarts, though. He's gotten used to it. Oh man, this is looking good. They're all lining up behind.
You got to restart zone like NASCAR or something.
It's like a bunch of hyenas.
Warm them tears, boys.
All right, come on, Norris. Let's do
Boogity,
a
boogity,
challenge. He
boogity.
went. He went.
There he goes. He's got in the restart zone.
He got him too.
Nice. Very well orchestrated. Max did a good job with that. Hey, it's easy when you're leading.
Yeah.
Shit, yeah.
And you're in something that Adrian Newey designed.
Yeah. That helps.
Yeah, that doesn't hurt.
I mean, you talk about the longevity of Adrian Newey and that is in his designs and how long he's been at the top of. I mean, he was engineering cars for Bobby Rahal in the IndyCar in the 80s and stuff. I mean, this guy's just, I mean, he's there.
You're right. Alonso's right on Sainz, though. You're right, but Alonso's right on Sainz. Sainz his idol as a child, but a 42-year-old man hunting him down in less superior machinery. This is interesting.
Here, oh, nice. He went high, Sainz went low.
Let me ask you, you think the two Ferraris can challenge the McLarens over the entirety of the race, or they just don't have the pace?
I don't think so. Everybody will talk about, there's that damn Alpha again.
This idiot. Just
Bottas.
Just bin it.
You know,
just bin
get
it.
him to the retirement home. I mean, Christ almighty.
Wasn't he going the opposite way there?
I thought he was going the wrong way.
Look at George Russell right behind Lewis Hamilton.
Well, we know what's going to happen there.
Whoa!
George has got him. Nice.
No! Whoa!
George got him.
Oh!
And he didn't give him an inch.
Oh man, that was great.
That was beautiful.
But he's right
and
behind
look at
him.
Lewis right on him, going back at. Oh, what was that piece of carbon fiber? He just hit him.
No.
Lewis,
I think that's from a. I don't know if
that was from a previous accident.
Yeah.
But,
I don't think.
But why should you have a 2-foot long piece of carbon fiber laying on the freaking? But Lewis got right back at him.
Yeah.
Boy, that was good inter-team racing.
Yeah. But it's weird because George got him, and then Lewis so easily got him. Here's the replay.
Oh, it's wonderful. I wanted to show the replay before that, but they did touch, it seems.
There is a thin. Yeah, you're right. I think they did. Because there was a thin piece of something that flew off
Yeah.
George's car.
I don't know if it was off his car or if it was from previous debris on that restart or from the initial start. But when oh, look at this.
Whoa, whoa, oh wait,
Whoa,
that's what
oh,
happened. We didn't
was
see
that
that.
Sargent?
So there was another incident between the Williams and the Alfa Romeo,
Oh my God, that's like,
and it
is that
was
Sargent?
yeah, it was. It's got to be right, unless it was Albon. No, I don't know because both he's a sand.
It had
He's a
to be
sand.
Sargent.
No, it might not
No,
be
it could
because
have
he's
been
a
Albon
sandwich.
because
He's a sandwich between the two Williams.
yeah, he's right. He's Bottas is 19th to Albon 18th and Sargent 20th.
Wow, wow, fastest lap by Max right there. Now where is
Perez is
Perez?
17th and on hards.
And that's going to destroy your pick 8, just to let you know.
Uh,
You had him, what, up in the second, I think.
I did, but how can I predict who hit him?
What was it? It was, I
Good
don't
God.
understand. What was his relationship with all those accidents? I don't know.
DRS enabled.
All right.
All right, let's
Well,
see.
Max.
Well, no, just watch him storm through. It might not be second place, but at
Mm,
least he's going to get top 8. I'll get a point out of him.
all right. Incident
Yeah.
involving, you're right, it was Bottas and Sargent. You're right.
Yeah.
And Sargent will be penalized. I'll be honest with you. That James Vowles is giving him such a chance, and he's not being negative with him in the press or the media, and he's really trying to help him out. I think Bottas is done. Yeah, Bottas is
just
done.
park that thing. Jesus Christ.
But Sargent, man,
They're putting him on hards now.
Oh, what? Oh, sorry, you're right.
He's on hards now. They pitted him to hards.
Why would
know,
you do that?
Sargent's in 19. Well, Sargent's probably yeah, he's in 19 now. Okay, so yeah, he's going to have a 10-second penalty. So
Yeah.
he might be relegated to 20th place.
Well, your boy Perez just got up a place as we were speaking.
Oh, you know it.
Up to 16th.
It's only a matter of time before he gets Ocon, Magnussen, Gasly, Hulkenberg, Stroll.
I bet you he gets top 5. That car is so fast around here, and Perez
That's
is
what
a racer. You're right. You're right.
That's what I said at the beginning. But let's see. Our top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars are all on medium. Alonso is on soft in 6th. Hamilton, medium, and Russell in 8th, both on medium. The Mercedes, and Lawson and Sonoda both on soft, 9 and 10. And Lawson being ahead of the experienced Tsunoda, which is
Incredible.
Bullshoda.
I-
Bushido.
If you're seeing all the problems Sargent is causing, it would be the dumbest move not to go try and poach Lawson after that bonehead mistake. A mistake that Red Bull rarely makes. I don't know who was involved in that decision to give Ricardo that seat, but why they wouldn't just why wouldn't you just wait it out? You know, you don't have to announce. You could say, "Hey,
They don't have to do it right away, like you said.
But you could say, "Hey, okay, well, sorry, break into what I was just saying. Bottas is saying it's undrivable. I'm assuming they're going to retire the car back into the pits. But
They should.
why would you do that considering you could say, hey, we have Sonoda for next season, but we won't announce the other seat? You could do that too.
Exactly, and it's like, oh well, the driver that does. We have a luxury. This is a big thing they say now. We have a luxury of all these drivers, blah blah blah. And the driver that is not assigned to a seat is the reserve driver for 4 cars. Who the hell wants to be a simulator driver and a reserve driver? I mean, this man.
Sorry to interrupt
Oh
you. I'm
God,
sorry.
look at
No, no,
this.
I'm not sorry to interrupt you. If you were watching closely, those 2 cars just touched and a piece of carbon fiber came off. Perez just passed Zhou Guan Yu, and now out of that pass, he's coming up on both of these
He's got
cars.
Ocon.
Yep.
I told you he's just going to eat these guys up.
You're right.
Ocon, Magnussen, Gasly, Stroll. Then he's going to have to get past Tsunoda and Lawson, which there might be some sister team orders there. You never know.
Yeah,
Hey, move over. Perez is coming through. You're still in the points, but you know what? You're going to have to work for that 10th place.
you're right.
Good. Get Botus out of there. He's an embarrassment.
He is.
God almighty. The
For
first to finish, you have to be the first.
Yeah, but for a
Yeah.
culture that's so strong-willed and strong-minded, he is an embarrassment to the whole
He's
nationality.
It's just like he's just cashing a paycheck. Kimmy,
Kim
same thing.
Kimmy
He
was a
got
world
there.
champion though. Kimmy
I
did
know he was
shit.
world champion, but the thing is, at the end of the day,
Whoa, sorry. Perez penalty.
what? For what?
Five
5
plus.
seconds.
That's not good
For
around here. For
for
what?
what?
Safety car infringement. I said that earlier. You remember? There,
Safety car infringement.
all right, go along with your thought though. Go back to your thought.
Uh, Forget it. Just move on.
Well, I think
I
he's
think
gonna hunt him
still
down.
he's still going to get them. He'll still get so far ahead with a superior car like that. He's still going to get ahead. He'll work it. Okay. So maybe he's not on a podium, but maybe he can get up to 4th place and ahead of the Ferraris. That's what I'm thinking right now. Because you got on lap 10 of 55. You got 45 laps to go. Strategies, things are going to play out here. Um, the Ferraris are looking good. I shouldn't, I'm not dismissing their ability. I mean, Sainz won that race. Where did Leclerc finish last race? Where was that?
He finished. Luckily, he finished higher than he should have. He finished what, fourth, ahead of
I
Max
thought so.
Verstappen because
Yeah.
of George Russell's crash on the last lap.
hmm And you know what? Lando Norris, that same lap hit that wall or the lap before. And it's just so close sometimes. And during the 1984 Dallas Grand Prix, they asked Ayrton Senna, "Why did you hit the wall?" He goes, "Because the wall moved." And people said, "What are you talking about? The wall moved." And somebody had hit the wall and it had actually moved. And he based his car positioning on the wall being in the same place. And that is a testament to the Uncle B, UB, who made a note of that earlier this week when I spoke with him, because he attended that 1984 Dallas Grand Prix, the only one ever held. But can you imagine it? The presence of mind, Senna said, the wall moved. That's why I hit it. Isn't that crazy? What is Sign saying?
The
The
degradation.
degradation is as expected. We are in between plan A and plan B.
And just like I said at the start of this, oh, whoa, Perez coming right up close
Right
to
up on
those.
Mags.
Okay, just to let everyone know, 13 to 19 for soft tires seems to be the pit window. Mediums can be anywhere from 20 to 25.
Oh, so the guys up in the top 5 spots have a way to go prior to this. But you got Alonso and Stroll, both of the Aston Martins. Those are the only ones you really have to worry about right now. Alonso and Stroll on softs. Alonso's in 6th, Stroll's in 9th, having started, what, 17th? Yeah, Stroll started 17th. Alonso's in the pit.
Yep.
You called it. You called it. Alonso's in the pit.
What did I
One
call
one
Alonso?
lap before.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, the
Oh,
pit stops.
they put him on hards.
Okay,
Alonso's
so
on hard.
that will be if he went from softs. This will be a double pit stop. He had a really good reaction time to the start of the race. He moved up a couple positions. He's looking just for a good finish. This is Alonso's favorite Grand Prix. He said that at the start. He says it's a real
Really?
driver's circuit. But yeah, look, Perez coming up on Magnussen already.
Told you. So Alonso had started 10th. He has a special edition helmet that's pretty damn cool, actually,
Yeah,
for the race
I'm
too.
actually being corrected by the stats here. They're saying medium window is 16 to 22. I didn't read that. I read a different statistic, but I guess the statistics I've been reading has been historically for this Grand Prix. But Perez on. Oh!
Oh my God, he
Whoa!
hit the.
Stupid, stupid move. He
But
lunged
he's
too hard.
okay. Is he going to need another front wing?
Oh, shit.
So his right front hit Mag's left
And
rear.
now he's going to
Oh,
need
look
a
at
new wing.
Mags is dropping all sorts of pieces of carbon fiber. Here they replay again. He dives down.
That's his fault. That'll be a penalty.
There, that was. Where did he think Magnuson was
Fuck.
going to go?
And look, front wing damage.
I have front wing
You
damage
just
again.
replaced a wing.
Yeah, what does that thing cost? $50,000?
You know what? You read my mind. I was just about to ask you, how much does that thing cost?
That's about 50 grand.
All right.
So, you know,
You take this stream for 1 second. I gotta go refill.
oh my God, look at all the carbon fiber that's over the track. Magnuson was not in the wrong there. Perez was overly optimistic. He wasn't even alongside of him going into that corner. And he hit his right front onto Mag's left rear. Okay, here we go. We got Perez pitting again. He might need another wing. And we got the hot. Yep, there we go. We got another wing for Perez. I think they should send him a bill for the two wings, 100 grand probably this race. He's gonna have to call Carlos. Another wing
Look,
for
well, no, they're
another
doing
wing for Perez.
Did you see they served the 5 second though? You
They
just
served
saw
the
that?
size 5 seconds,
Yeah.
and they're putting a new wing on, and they're putting softs on.
Are they?
Yep.
Yep, you're right.
Geez, you know what? Perez just keeps putting himself behind the 8 ball.
He
You know
should
what?
have just seized up on him and got him later on. That's all he had to
He
do.
exactly. Thank you. You're going
Please.
into a tight corner. The man has the corner, and you're doing some overly optimistic junior, some young guy in Formula Ford for his first season, diving into a corner, think, "Oh, I'm gonna get this guy." You're not even alongside him. Christ Almighty!
I like okay, Piastrian. Oh, virtual safety car. As Piastri's in the pits, virtual safety car.
Oh my goodness,
Oh,
this could be an advantage for him. They put him on hards. So he went from medium to hard.
only issue is they that was a longer pit than usual. They fucked up the
And it was earlier.
yeah.
You said how long on medium? 16?
13 to 16.
All right. Well, no, he's right in the window then.
Yeah. But that pit stop was a little bit longer. What's the virtual safety car for? I don't understand.
Probably all that crap on the track
Yeah,
from
I believe so, yeah.
the Mags Perez hit and everything.
Well, there'll
so.
be people diving into the pits now because a virtual safety car cuts down the window from 22-second pit stop to around 15 to 16 seconds. So
Absolutely. Absolutely. Bottas is the only car out. So Perez is relegated to 19th position again, last position, behind Logan Sargent, I might add.
And now Perez is on the radio, much like Bottas was before, saying that the car is acting weird, it's not drivable. Will he retire the car? That's the big question now.
You know, this guy just loves screwing up my pick 8 for Grand Prix Tours. You know, I was only 3 points out of the lead. I haven't led for the past 2 races because of some bad racing or poor picks, whatever you want to call it. But we do appreciate the people at Grand Prix Tours. I did attend 1987 Mexico Grand Prix in their first year in business with Barry Simpson and his lovely daughter. Such hospitality, such professionalism. Just giving you a shout out there, Mr. Simpson, there, in case you would like
Sponsorship would be great.
entertain having a big guy and his son attend a Grand Prix and perhaps promote your fine service and everything. Maybe the Japanese Grand Prix in 2024. That would be interesting. Oh, there's Stroll.
And I don't know.
2.4 seconds. Great pit stop.
And Verstappen. Oh wait, that might not be Verstappen. Perez is saying to retire the car. They're going to retire the car.
Okay, but Stroll pitted from softs to mediums. Alonso pitted from softs to hards.
Okay, so you said. Can you repeat that for me?
Stroll just pitted 2.4 seconds
Okay.
from softs to medium, and Alonso had pitted from softs to hards.
So,
They're putting Perez back in.
yeah.
Oh my
So
God.
that's embarrassing. That's big time
He
embarrassing.
ripped up two wings. It's a shit storm in his side of the garage. And because of Mags. I mean, come on. You're with Magnussen and you're now they're showing what? With the McLaren?
I don't understand why they're showing a Lando Norris and Max Verstappen. Was this a old replay? Because Max has a 10-second lead on him right now, so that doesn't even make any sense.
Yeah,
It's gotta be
forget
an
that
old
stuff.
Replay.
But
Okay.
Verstappen,
Piastri going past Gasly, clean move. What were you saying about Verstappen, big guy?
I was talking about Perez actually wasting his time trying to dive bomb Magnussen.
Yeah,
That was the dumbest move I've seen this entire year.
absolutely.
The dumbest.
Absolutely.
I mean, come on. You have the top car. You're going to get him. You have to get him right then? Right in his dodgy corner? No.
No.
I
Not
mean,
necessary. Not necessary.
you have to understand a racing mentality. A lot of these guys, there's an opening. I'm going for it. Well, you weren't even alongside of him.
Sorry. Yeah, you're right. But Lewis Hamilton
That was
went
Lewis
completely
Hamilton
off,
going off,
and George
going
Russell.
into kitty litter, and Russell's going to
Mhm.
pounce on that like white on rice.
Yep, you're right. Absolutely. And Lewis onto the grass again.
He's again. He's dropping the right rear on the dirt.
Ooh,
George is going to get him. George, do it,
could
George.
end badly. Ooh.
Oh my God! Did you see that?
Yep.
Lewis is going to say he ran me wide. He ran me wide.
Big guy.
He's gonna
Have you heard?
pitch complain to Toto.
But big guy, have you heard Lewis in the media? He's fucking losing it. He can't stand. He hasn't won a race in 2 fucking years.
Oh yeah.
He's losing it. He just said we're a second behind the Red Bull. How are we gonna do anything next season? I'm loving this.
Then why did you sign on? You should have gone to Ferrari.
Yeah, but for maybe with Frederick Vassar, because I actually believe in that guy.
3.3 pit.
Okay, you're right.
Hamilton's in the pit too.
Yep.
Oh my goodness, we got some stuff going on here.
Oh, long
Lewis.
pit stop though.
That wasn't a good
pit
stop. 4 seconds now.
Now that's about almost.
I didn't see that transmission that you were talking about.
Which one? Which one are you talking about?
Lewis, we're a second behind.
No. That was in the media. He said
after
qualifying.
I thought you thought that was like a.
No, he came out after qualifying. It's the #1 news story on Planet F1. Shout out. He said we're a second behind the Red Bull at
Planet
the Japanese
F1 is
Grand Prix, and he said they stopped developing the car. He's like, what's going to happen next season? It's a joke to think that we're going to fight for the championship.
Look at it. George ran him wide. But he stayed in front.
He did.
George ran him wide, but he stayed in front. But look at, that was Lewis running George out.
Yeah,
this is how desperate this guy is.
I didn't understand what you were saying. That's what I meant to say. Lewis was running him out.
I got them mixed up because the way they were changing up. He's running George onto the rumble strips and almost out onto the painted runoff area.
That's because George.
This is the desperation of a man whose psyche is just draining and everything. I've got to be an 8-time world championship. Michael,
it ain't happening. It ain't.
Michael, I like what they said. Michael's not the one guy. The one guy said Michael's a 6-time world champion. The one report, and for that matter, so is Lewis.
Yeah, exactly. You want to play that game?
Ooh, they put him on mediums, Ferrari.
And by the way, a perfect pit stop by Norris's team, 2.5 faster than Max's. McLaren, you know what? They're fighting for it. I know they designed their car much after the Red Bulls, but man, I still want to see Lando Norris win his first race. All right, we just got Stroll on Hulkenberg right there. But yeah,
for 13th place.
13th place. Well, where's Alonso
Well, it could be
at?
knocking on the door of a point span position at
Well,
some
he
point.
better be with the situation he's got going.
So we got pit stops. Sainz and Russell have not pitted. Neither has Gasly. We got two cars that have pitted twice. Zhou and Sargent. Perez is out. Bottas is out.
All right, listen.
One of those two guys should not be out.
Listen, I'm looking at race control. Oh, we're gonna look at Russell and Hamilton. Okay, Hamilton might be being a dick, but that's racing. I don't give a shit. It was hard racing those two were just doing.
Yeah, and you know what? They're teammates. Let the team deal with them.
And I didn't think he was going over the line too much. Did you?
He was doing Max at the Austrian Grand Prix.
He's what the British would say.
Many years ago.
What did British would say?
Here we go. Here's Sainz is in. Sainz is in. What? Let's watch this.
All right.
Let's talk about more important stuff. Sainz is coming in for a pit. He's on mediums, right?
Mediums to what are we getting here?
Nope.
2.3. That's very fast stop. And
he's on mediums again.
Ferrari Leclerc just got Alonso up into 6th, and those are mediums. So did he go from mediums to mediums?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's going to be he's going to end with a soft. He's going to go one more after this, and he's going to have fresh soft tires to hunt down whoever is ahead of him going into the end of the race.
That's what his girlfriend said. He's going to end soft.
Yeah.
Boom.
And
although he just got rid of his girlfriend of many years.
Who are we talking?
Gorgeous girl who was a model.
Yes. And
but whatever.
Is that Max lapping George Russell?
And of course, fastest lap. No, that's not.
Yeah. Because Perez is out. So Max is the leader. He just lapped Russell. No. Oh, he must have pitted and Russell was ahead. And
yes.
Russell hasn't pitted.
And he just passed Russell back to the lead.
Okay, yes.
That's how good that damn car is.
He's wicked around this track, and that car is too. And again, we're only 19 laps into a 53-lap race. We're not even halfway.
Yeah, we're not even. Yeah. I got to get my headset working here again. Can you still hear me?
Dad, it sounds perfect.
Good. This thing got caught up in my Barca Lounger. There we go. I'm back.
You sound great.
Hello.
Okay. Fastest lap just recorded by Lando. No, I can hear everything, Dad.
Alex?
Yeah, big guy, I can hear you.
Alex?
Big guy, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Hello?
I can hear you.
Oh, I can't hear you that well.
You got maybe you put the
volume
down.
I got to turn up the volume this way.
Hello,
Hello, say again.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Can't hear you.
You can't hear me? You got to turn up the volume. Hello?
Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know what was the issue there. No.
It was a volume issue. I apologize to our audience. There's a technical error on part of a 60-year-old man.
Oh, yeah, just turned 60. Anyways, Norris just put in the fastest lap in 4th position.
48 of those years I've been following Formula One.
Look at the Ferrari on the outside of Alonso. Ooh.
Was that Alonso?
That is Alonso.
Signs on Alonso. 3 Buffalo girls go around the outside, the outside.
He got him.
Keeps it.
He got him.
But yeah, 48 of those 60 years have been following Formula One, okay? So
absolutely. But look at the way this race is progressing. Has Russell not pitted, I'm guessing? He's still on mediums. It's going to be a 22-second. Okay, what's Russell's radio going to say here? Consider plan B.
Consider plan B. Ooh, plan B. That's not the multi-21 plan either.
No. Okay. And no further investigation for Russell and Hamilton, which is the way it should be.
Thank you. Come on. It's like you said. you're in agreement with me. These stewards go overboard with the minutia and they're thinking, oh God. And it's like they're not the ones out there in the damn car. I mean, a lot of these guys are former F1 dudes, but I mean, remember the stewards we met that one year at the Indy 500?
Max Pappas, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he said he and former two-time Indy 500 winner
I don't know who was
Ari
more
Landak
I don't know who was more shocked, you seeing him or him seeing someone who recognized himself.
actually recognized him.
Yeah.
That's because we met
In
Max.
fact, he walked around with us because it's the only person who probably recognized them all weekend.
Hey, you still got me, right?
Yeah, I got you, man. You can hear
Okay, because
me?
I heard some feedback on my
No, I can
headset.
hear you.
So
You said
so we got
what was that thing about Max Pep is that he was wearing the overalls of a different racing team when he showed up
when
to drive in
he
Formula One?
showed up at the 1996 24 Hours of Daytona, and he was wearing his Arrows Formula One driving suit when he was driving for Jean-Pierre Moretti's Ferrari sports car team with the 333 SP that they had, and they almost came from a lap down to win the damn 24 hours of Daytona.
Arrows Formula One. Shout out to Jos Verstappen.
Oh yes, that was a lot of dudes went through arrows, and
Look at
oh look at
Hamilton.
that
But
Hamilton
he just got Alonso and he
on
just
Ocon.
cut through Ocon. He got 2 positions in a lap.
Yeah, he was trying to catch Russell in second,
Now
but
Russell's got a gap
Hamilton's got the hards, and Russell has not pitted.
pitted,
So
yeah.
so
And
we're looking at how many seconds we're talking about?
oh, what is
7.
this? Lance Stroll retired.
Oh, that's unusual.
We've had 3 retirements from this race where the team opted to retire the car instead of the car being knocked out of the race in its own right.
I don't think that was his fault, though. As much as
No.
people are critical of him,
He was
there that
he was running well too. He was coming
he
up
was
the field.
he went from 17th to ninth at
Yeah.
one point,
Yeah.
and now Alonso's in ninth.
Yeah.
So, but the thing is, you look at the disparity in the points of Alonso versus Stroll. It's amazing, and and not all of that has been because of uh, car problems for Stroll. It's been his own problems and stuff. But you know, hey, when Dad owns the team,
That's the best deal you could ever
that's
get.
the way you make sure you're going to stay in the car. Sargent's in the pit, running in 17th,
So
going to hard.
we have Botas out, we have Perez out, and we have Stroll out, and I'm assuming at some point Sargent will be out. Um, we're only
Ah,
23 laps into a 53 lap race. We got 30 laps to go. We got Verstappen leading. Russell, oh, look at that.
whoa, still
What is
weaving
that? Alonso coming close to
with
Ocon.
Ocon, his old teammate there.
And there's no love lost between these.
No,
Alonso
sir.
credited himself with Ocon's only victory, and he said he was treated like garbage for the rest of the season by a man who should have respected the fact that he was able to deliver him probably his only race win in Formula One. We think.
Perhaps because
Yep.
we think Russell will try and do a one stop. Therefore, he's only a threat if we abuse our tires.
Ooh.
Was that Piastri?
Yeah, so Russell is doing something completely opposite of
Aha.
everybody else.
And then Piastri's right behind him, less than a second, though. And Norris set fastest lap. What the hell's Gasly doing? Passing out.
An
He got past Liam
AlphaTauri.
Lawson.
Nah, that would be yeah.
No, it's Lawson.
Lawson, correct. Anyways, but with Russell, it's weird because if he pits from mediums, he started on mediums, will he go really long on the mediums and put a pair of softs on, or will he just have really, really fresh hards compared to the rest of the field?
Interesting, because if he can do that one stopper, that could be podium securing. Piastri's in third, which I thought. Russell's in second, which I did not think. Um, like
Two
I said,
two Ferraris running up right behind the McLarens like you
fifth and
said they
sixth.
would.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You said they wouldn't challenge the McLarens. They have not at this point.
They have not, and I don't think they're even going to get close because Leclerc's almost 5 seconds behind Norris. Leclerc's in fifth, Norris fourth.
Only issue is Hamilton here is in an inferior car, but he does know how to preserve tires better than any driver on the grid, in my opinion. Can he get past the Ferraris conceivably by the end of this race just on pit strategy and tire management?
And would you rather have Hamilton in the inferior car or Sainz in the superior car? Think about that.
I'd rather have Hamilton in inferior car. He's pulling away on the straight, mate, so think of something Alonso said.
This is Alonso.
I have to mention this too. Peter Windsor was talking about this. The Mercedes are super slow on a straight. The Red Bull and the McLarens are super fast on a straight. And the Ferraris are just in the middle of both of those teams when it comes to straight line speed. Hamilton ducking.
Oh.
Is that Hamilton? No, that's George
Yeah.
Russell. That's George Russell.
Russell.
The helmet's blue.
Russell pitting.
Yep.
Russell pitting.
So
Let's make this a good stop, boys.
let's see.
Let's see what they're doing.
Take it there.
Don't do a sec hair pit.
You're right.
Here we go. Hards.
God, you really have an
2.9.
you really have an encyclopedia mind. That's a good just pull out of nowhere reference, really.
Oh man, look at Alonso and the damn
Ocon
Ocon
fighting
again.
it out.
I think I'm gonna have to tank up on the Sabisky. So I'll be right back. You carry it.
What's a Sabisky?
It's a Polish vodka.
Oh, okay. Oh, Sobieski. Yeah, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. Be right back.
Okay.
Dobra. Polish
Dobra.
powder.
All right, so you got Ocon and Alonso battling it out. You've got Liam Lawson and you got Verstappen, Piastri. Oh, is that Hamilton? No, that's Russell going around Alonso already. Man, Russell made a good stop. You know, Russell's going to get Ocon immediately. Who called it? Who called it? Holy shit, I called it. And, ooh, Norris coming up on Piastri. Norris coming close to Piastri. Norris coming close on Piastri. What's he doing? That's the question. Tsunoda's still in 10th. Where's Lawson? Down in 12th in the pits. Zhou up into 11th. Didn't think I'd be saying that during this race. Obviously, Piastri's trying to maintain his position. I don't know what Norris wants from him. Weaving around a bit. Ooh, man, he cut him off right there going into the first turn. The very extreme turn going into the first turn after that. He was cutting off Norris. Norris asking, what is he doing? Well, he's defending his position, and he's in second place in a Grand Prix.
That's what I was going to ask you. What was going on there? I saw
the
two papayas battling. It's just running the race now.
Ruining.
If he wants George to beat them, I'm working on it.
Oscar Piastri, I don't think it matters, quite honestly. I think Oscar Piastri, second or third, it's going to be his first podium ever in Formula One in his first season as a rookie, which would be incredible.
He doesn't.
He's moving over. No, he's
intimidate him though.
No, yeah, but he's moving over because Norris has the speed. I got to say this, Oscar
They're
Piastri.
both on hards, and Norris has set the fastest lap.
Yeah, Oscar Piastri, man, he's a mega talent. He showed up. He's been so good. He's been such close to the level of Norris, but I think everybody who watches Formula One knows deep down that Piastri might qualify really well, but when it just comes to pure racing, Norris is still faster than him. But that should be expected as he's only a little bit over halfway into his first season in Formula One.
And I forgot who said it, but they
Wait,
were
wait, wait,
absolutely.
wait.
Whoa,
Sorry.
whoa,
So
whoa!
why is Perez
They're
getting
putting
back in the
Perez.
car?
Oh my God! But we'll see what happens there. But somebody said that about with the all the rigmarole with Alpine and McLaren over Piastri services. They said he better be good because after all that shit they went through,
Well, you know what?
and he's proven them right.
You know
He's
what?
proven McLaren right.
Whoa, Albon saying retire the car. By the way, big guy, when you were away getting that refill, what did I say? Logan Sargent would retire the car any second now, and that's what happened.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's not.
But now both of them are
It's not
retired.
like he had a crystal ball.
Do you want me
But
to?
I'm
Do you want me to
surprised
pick?
by Albon.
Want me to pick numbers for you next week now? Anyways, but
No, no, thank you. I think I've been doing all right by myself.
no, not pick that. Lottery now. I've got a crystal
Oh,
ball in front of me. But no, Albon and Sargent both retired. Stroll retired. Perez, they're going to put him back out there. That makes no sense. Why would you put a car that's that many laps down in Formula One? That's more of a IndyCar or NASCAR move, you see.
who knows? I mean, how many laps is he down at this point? Because
It's got to be
it's not
10.
like some rookie that you want to just send out there and get more laps and under his belt.
About 10.
I
I think
mean,
he'd be 10 laps down at least.
yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while.
A lot of cars now, big guy. We haven't seen this all season. A lot of cars with technical issues retiring from this Grand Prix.
Yeah, this is unusual because, as you know, in the modern Formula One, I mean, you don't see a lot of problems.
Mm-mm.
And I'd love to know why Stroll was out. Because he didn't have any comings together with anybody,
No.
which he normally does. But
And
here it is, Perez.
yeah, I don't understand this. You don't see, you almost never see this in Formula One ever.
I mean, you did in days of old when knights were bold,
Yeah, well, but
but
not
not,
any longer.
no.
Now, let me ask you. I was talking about this while you were gone. Russell, I'm trying to figure. I think he did make a smart move. Now, he's 6 seconds behind Hamilton. He's on, I'd
Fresh
imagine,
tires.
5 or 6 lap younger hard tires. Did he make the right move? Will he be able to move up the grid?
Okay, so now we're at lap 29 of 55, and he is 6.8 seconds behind Hamilton. So let's take a look in 5 laps where he's going to be. So on lap 34, where is the sixth and seventh place cars in relationship to each other? So right now he's 6.6. So that's a good point. But that's something you got to put in your mind to look at stuff. And that's what people need to do when they're looking at races and everything, because a lot of people don't understand track position and different, like you said, strategies with tires and things. And it's a hard thing for a lot of people to understand after pit stops when people change position and all that stuff. Sometimes you have to let stuff play out. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You know, now here's the Ferraris running fourth and fifth, Leclerc and Sainz. Same thing. That's the way I'm looking at it. Because now, right now, you got Verstappen, then McLaren, Ferrari, Mercedes. I
Yes,
mean,
from second to seventh, you have an all-team grid, pretty much.
yeah, except for Perez, and when he's coming back in the mix, but I
Uh,
don't think he's going to be on the podium. That's for damn sure. Even though I had originally finishing second. There
although
we go.
Sonoda,
Fernando under Sonoda.
Sonoda at his home Grand
Oh
Prix.
man, he's defending.
Yep. Well, this would be huge for him to score points at
Oh,
home,
absolutely.
but relinquishes. But that was for ninth position. He's still in a points-paying position, and I don't think Zhou Guan Yu can challenge him for that spot, nor can
No, sir, Rebub, because he's
maybe
5 seconds
Ocon.
behind him.
Maybe Ocon later on because
Yeah,
he's
but
still in
you're talking
Alpine. But
that's still like almost 9 seconds with
well, it depends. What I mean, has Sonoda pitted? When did he pit? This race.
Tsunoda's on mediums.
Yeah, this race is still yet to unfold. Really, we're not even near the point where we know where everyone's gonna finish
We just
entirely.
passed the halfway point not
But
too long ago.
we're gonna get
We
one
got
more pit stop that's gonna determine a lot.
yeah, we got 23 laps to go.
Yeah.
Norris posting the fastest lap. Like you said, one, two, three, four, 5 cars out. But Perez, did they send him back out or not?
I
Still
don't
showing,
know. He's
still
still
showing
showing
him
him
out.
out. Lawson making easy work of Magnussen up into 13th position. I hope he can fight up into the points pain position or something close to it. It'd be cool. I'm backing him big
Absolutely.
time.
Also because of the Honda affiliation too. If you had Tsunoda and Lawson and the Red Bull up front, you're still talking. You're at the Japanese Grand Prix, and that affiliation is important.
And for
They want to see their.
yeah, you're absolutely. That means more to them than a lot other cultures. I'll tell you that much. But anyways,
It is a very all-in culture. It
yes.
really is. We got to get to this race, Alex.
God, I would love
Oh,
to.
damn.
I would love.
I
Can you
need a week.
imagine just being in Japan and then us actually going to this race as well? I mean,
Yeah.
fuck.
I need a week. At least a week.
I mean, and you could just take a high-speed rail there. It would only take us a couple hours from either Tokyo or another city you're in or something.
I wouldn't mind going to
Osaka.
Kyoto also.
Yeah, I mean,
Kyoto, that's where um my good friend from karate.
Bourdain talked about how it's a life-changing experience. Sonoda into the pit
Kyoto,
stop,
beautiful city. Makoto,
2.6.
my friend from karate, Makoto.
Yes.
He was from Kyoto.
And then go to Tsukiji Market at like 5 in the morning and just taste everything.
Is that the market in Tokyo?
That's the one they all talk about. You could just go in there and
You know who's been there?
Phil.
Sensei Phil. Yeah.
Yep. Phil could eat his way out of anything.
Oh yeah. You leave now.
Yeah.
All you can eat.
You got to tell me that place you went to for that wedding that you officiated. Anyways, back to the racing.
Yeah, we love our sushi and stuff, and
No,
we
but the
love
Chinese
Japan.
restaurant with the jellyfish, you got to remember where you
Yeah,
go.
I worked there for the Japanese for 5 or 6 years, and I
Hmm.
enjoyed the culture and the people and everything. It was
Absolutely.
different.
A very
Uh,
rich, beautiful, vibrant culture. Lewis Hamilton, 6 seconds, gained 1.3 seconds over 5 laps on Carlos Sainz. George Russell has cut over 2 seconds out of Hamilton's lead over
hmm
him.
And we said we had to check in on what lap?
34, you said, correct?
Yeah, and he's already knocked off 2.3 seconds
Hmm.
on the hamster. So we'll see. We'll see. I just think George came to grips with that car, even the zero side pod car, much better than the hamster.
The hamster, that's a good nickname. I haven't even thought of that. Uh, yeah, you're right. I think he has.
No disrespect, mind you.
No, it's just
I
it's
just
just
love these little fans with their goofy shit that they make in
and
Japan.
they make it for everybody. They don't just make it for
Yeah,
one driver. They'll
yeah.
support anybody.
There's a lot of big Lewis fans in
There's
Japan.
people who are
Huge.
team principal fans. They're not even driver fans.
So they
Um,
like Christian Horner fans and Toto Wolff.
they have big pictures of Gunther Steiner everywhere. He's like a
Oh
little
God,
meme over there or something. I don't know what they're doing with Perez
he's
in
still
the.
sitting in the car.
Just leave it. Just let it be. This is
You know
pathetic.
what? Go get a taco.
Yeah.
That's what Helmut Marko said. I'm sorry. I'm just
Go
playing
get a
off.
talk. Go get
I'm
a
just playing.
talk.
I'm just playing off.
No, that's a good one.
Stereotypes and whatever.
Go
Because
get a
that's like something Helmut Marko would say.
go get a talk.
I'm just busting balls on Helmut
We
Marko.
know we're all our fans here
Yeah.
busting balls. But okay, Sonoda in 13th. He's actually behind Lawson ever since that pit stop. So Lawson's actually rightfully in front of him, believe it or not. But it will be depending on when
Whoa.
Lawson pits next, because Sonoda pitted for the last time because there's 20 laps to go.
The
Uh,
Hulk. I wonder if can he get past Hulkenberg and Ocon?
who are we gonna
Get in the points.
who are we gonna really see challenge? Because Verstappen, you haven't even seen him in camera. He's just dominating this race, 15-second gap.
It's that big a gap now over in
Yep.
second place?
All right, let's see who hasn't been.
He's sending a message for all those Singapore
You
haters.
see Russell, Ocon. Okay. Yeah, you see Russell's tires are half what Hamilton's tires
Oh
are.
yeah, there you go. They're both on hard. Hamilton's been on them for 16, Russell on 8. You're absolutely right.
But look, Piastri on a long stint for the. He's on 19 laps on the hard. Are they gonna? They're gonna pit both the McLarens again. Piastri does something interesting. Could he
Are
get
they
in
going to
front
pit
of
them to
Norris?
softs or mediums?
I don't know, but I don't think Norris is totally ahead of Piastri. If for some reason Piastri gets ahead of him through some switch up on pit stops or strategy, he could hold him back for the last couple remaining laps before the Grand Prix ends. But I do think no matter what happens, we're going to see Piastri's first ever podium as a rookie, which would be
I
incredible.
hope so.
That'd be awesome to see.
I do like Lewis's Hamilton's helmet they're showing.
Yes, very cool.
Getting some style going there. He's Mr. Style. He loves being stylish.
Absolutely.
Well, some of the stuff he wears is kind of goofy.
That's goofy,
But
stupid.
that's my personal opinion. So
Yeah.
I'm not like trying to, whatever. Yeah. If I was worth as much as he was, I'd probably wear some goofy shit too.
Don't don't couch your opinions. It's dog shit what he wears. We all know it.
I know those see-through. It looks like a woman on a freaking catwalk.
There's a
And
there's a difference between being dog
current
current
models have us under pressure end of race.
if there's
If
any
there's
more.
any more pace in there, that would be
Be
helpful. Restful. Russell is always looking for confirmation from the team.
And strategy. He's always looking for deep. Yeah, you're right.
He's looking for positive reinforcement.
Yeah, you're
He
right.
should be able. He should know what he wants. He should know where he is, and he should be telling the team, "This is what we need to do."
Like Lewis
Not,
does.
yeah, exactly. Thank you. That's a leader, and that's the one thing George Russell's lacking a little bit. I'm sorry.
Good point. Good
I
point.
mean, he's a young man. Oh, here we go. Leclerc's in. Leclerc's
All right.
in.
What are they?
A bit.
What is he coming from?
He's on
Mediums?
mediums. He's on mediums.
So I'm assuming.
We got 20. Oh no, 18 laps to
Are
go.
we gonna do softs maybe?
Softs. We going softs?
No, we're going hards.
Hards.
Lewis
Hello.
Hamilton.
Louis.
Hards as well.
Louis is on hards.
So
Somebody's got to be different. Somebody's got to take a chance here.
and
18 laps. You said what? 12 to 16 for the softs?
13 to 16 for softs, 16 to 22 for mediums.
I see George Russell coming in for softs.
I do too. I think he's going to extend this, and he's going to go on soft. He's going to extend this for
Yep.
5 more laps. He's going to pit on lap 40. The 13 lap soft window. Piastri's going to box now.
Box for Piastri. Okay, good. Let's see what we got here. Nobody's doing. Was Red Bull even doing a quick pit stop? They don't even have to worry about it with Max Verstappen doing
No.
2-second pit stops.
Yeah.
They could do 10-second pit stops. He'd
will
still be in the lead.
Correct. All right, Oscar's going to be coming
Not
in.
true of Perez, though,
No, not true.
after
Okay.
those 2 wing
Oscar
changes.
Piastri coming into the pits.
There's this young kid. What is he, 21?
I don't know, but
Come on.
he's got the
Let's-
skills
come
to
on,
back everything
Come
up,
on,
man.
McLaren. Make McLaren great again.
Yep, you got the hat.
I
All
made
right.
that hat.
Let's go. Hards.
What are we doing?
Hards. 17 lap hards. So
2.6 seconds.
Hards on 17 laps. Those will last easily.
Not the greatest pit stop, not the worst. Still comes out in front of his who was that?
I wonder at the 17 lap mark, did they have a pair of softs they could have used? I don't know.
Yeah. There we go. Leclerc's on hards.
Seems like everybody's on hard.
Yes, he's on hards.
Now Max,
Everybody likes to be hard. Boom, boom. Oh my
Max,
goodness.
did Max start on medium?
Rim shot.
Did Max start on softs or hards?
Max started
On softs or mediums did he start on? Because he doesn't have two hards, so how long is he gonna go, and then is he just gonna pit for a pair of hards, a pair of softs? I mean, I know it might not matter, but I'm just wondering what he's doing from here.
16 laps out.
All right,
He did pit
Lando
once.
Norris in the pits now too.
Okay. Lando Norris coming in. Well, they got Jack Daniels sponsorship on that McLaren.
And they have Estrella Galicia on Carlos Sainz.
They put hards on him again.
Okay, so 2.4, good pit stop. They have Estrella Galicia on the
Better than Piastri's.
Okay, and Lewis Hamilton will be coming past Norris here. Russell, George Russell.
Yeah, he had a half.
And Carlos Sainz is due a pit as well. I guess we've been undercut. Oh, so he's not happy with this. Yes, confirmed. What does that mean? Yeah, he's going to be undercut by Russell because it's a 22-second pit stop. He's going to be undercut by Norris, but he's going to come out ahead of Piastri probably, right?
Uh-huh.
Or no, I'm sorry. That's 29 seconds to Verstappen. Disregard everything I just said. He's going to be undercut by 6 positions.
Yep.
So he's been fucked by the team, essentially.
Yep. Bend over, Rover.
And just to mention what I was saying, sponsorship by Estrella Galicia, which you'll be able to taste this Thursday as it's on the beer list at the restaurant.
There we go. What was that? 18? What was that? 19 something or whatever? What was that?
Oh, I'll show you that one when we go there. 1906. 1906.
Yeah. Oh.
All right.
Max is in.
Verstappen.
Max is in.
Yes.
Going from mediums.
What are they putting on? Softs.
Softs.
I called it. No, wrong. Hards.
Oh,
they were
and
hards.
why is Perez still sitting in the fucking car in the pit with blanket warmers on?
Why? Yeah, why is he in the car if they're not going to do anything?
I mean, what are you?
And look, Norris on Russell. He made easy work.
That's a DRS.
But yeah, I mean, what a joke. What was the reasoning for that? What was the reasoning for that?
Maybe he shit himself and stuff, and he doesn't want people to see him getting out of the car with the brown spot. I don't know.
It seems I'll be honest. It's just embarrassing from my point of view to.
I don't know. He's been sitting in that car for like 10 laps. It's like, why are you doing it? Box, Sainz.
Okay. And Sainz is not going. He's going to get destroyed by all of this.
Oh yes, he will not be happy.
No,
he'll be back with Leclerc.
No, he'll be further back than that.
I'm gonna say he'd be lucky to be right behind.
Actually,
Leclerc.
we got a stat right down there. Carlos Sainz to Lewis Hamilton's 15 seconds. Pit stop's 22. So that means he might drop down to 10th position.
7-second, differential, yeah. Oh my God.
And guess what? They screwed the number 2 again, even though he won the last race, the only race for another team. 15 laps to go. Put him on softs if you have a pair at this point. He's going to box. Let's see what happens.
As much as I loved Ferrari when I was a Jody Scheckter fan, 1979, they do some really messed up decisions. Let's take a look. Here we go. Going with hards. All right, signs out on hards behind Hamilton, seventh place. Leclerc's running in fifth on hards. They stuck up blanket warmers on freaking
I don't understand this at
Perez's
all.
car. Why is he sitting in the freaking car? They still have him listed in 19th out of what is it? Oh, we're gonna go. They have softs on him. They're pointing him out. What is he gonna? Oh, we're gonna go get fastest lap. Hamilton's got fastest lap right now on hards. Look at. I think the whole team's confused. Why are we sending him out?
I don't even understand this from a Formula
I
One
don't.
point of view. This
I
doesn't
don't
make any
understand it at
sense.
all. He's been out so long
Are they going to
that
steal the
there.
fastest lap from Hamilton? Is
No,
that what
because
it
you have to
is?
be in the top 10
No,
to get
but
the
it no
point.
no no, but you can take it from someone if you get it. So if you get the fastest lap,
Uh,
you can that's what this is about. Cuz wait, is this
he-
because they can win the World Constructors
the
Championship
constructor's title.
if he takes a point away from a fastest lap? That's the only thing I don't have the statistics in front of
No,
me
no,
right
no.
now,
Calm down.
but that's the only thing
Calm
I could
down.
imagine.
Very astute observation. Very astute. Very astute observation that you had there. Here we go.
On
Perez is
softs,
out
on
on softs.
softs.
He's going to go get it. It's lap 40 of 53. There's Russell. Where's Russell's running third on hards. So everybody's on hards except Hulkenberg on mediums and Perez on soft.
Yeah, and
Go figure.
I don't know where Russell's strategy leaves him because he's about to get swallowed by Piastri, and Leclerc should be able to get him, and so should Hamilton. So I don't
I
know
don't know.
what
I
the
think
strategy
Russell's a better
was.
racer than Piastri.
Yeah, but they're both. The point is, they're both going to
You
get
got
Russell though.
DRS.
But
Yeah,
they're
you
both
got
going to get
DRS.
Russell though. It doesn't matter. From Russell's
Well,
point of view, I don't understand what they did with Russell. You're right. I think, yeah, of course Leclerc's better than Piastri, but where does this leave Russell? He's going to have Hamilton breathing down his neck. He's going to have to end up fighting with Carlos Sainz. There's still 13 laps to go.
I know. Well, 12 now. But, with the DRS, which I don't, my take on DRS. I'm not big on DRS.
No, of
It's just a gimmick.
course.
You work so hard, and then some assholes able to suck up on you, and because they got DRS, they're gonna get by you. Russell's
Ooh,
got to defend very well, and
yep,
he did
yep.
on that lap. But it's just a matter of time.
Well, he's got to
Son
bide
of
his
a-
time with that, as many laps as there are. But this is a fast circuit. This is in a Singapore. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, and you don't have walls. I
And
mean,
and there
it's a
has.
beautiful track.
Yeah,
It's a
no, it
beautiful,
is. Yeah, absolutely.
absolutely beautiful track.
It's weird. Did you just see that they're asking Sergio Perez to pit?
Hmm?
They just told Perez to pit.
Well, they gonna put him on new soft so he can try to.
But the thing is, you don't have to take
Max
away the
has the Max
fastest
has the
lap.
fast lap. Why wouldn't you? What are you gonna take that point away from Max now? That's bullshit.
The problem is his car's not even going to be as light as the other cars because it still has a huge amount of fuel left in it.
He's 5 laps down, Perez. Five
Yeah.
laps down behind Albon, Sargent, and Stroll.
And that's 5 extra laps of fuel too. So I don't know if he'll be able to get a fastest lap if somebody else takes it off Verstappen.
I just think this. Oh, here we go.
It's no, it's
McLaren
close.
challenging. McLaren's challenging. Piastri's challenging Russell.
No,
I
Russell's
just have a lot of respect for that Russell. I think he's a really good racer,
Yep.
and he just if he had if they had put him in the car, uh, 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 uh,
Yep. Got him.
he knew he should have been in the car a year before with Bottas out of the car. He
And
might have won a world championship.
nah, if Lou Lewis actually made a miscalculation when it came down to it because if Russell was in that car, Lewis would have won the world championship because he would have eventually taken some points off of Max at some point, probably.
That's a very Jesus, man, you are getting good here. You are getting to be a top level report and analysis person. I'm serious.
Yeah, well,
I
learn
mean,
learn from the best here. Been living with it my whole life.
oh shit, yeah.
But yeah, no, it's just
The days of Schumacher, right?
they back in the day, yeah, dollar a race.
I'd pay these guys $1 a race if the Schumacher
But
won the race.
I think it's
I gave up a lot of money.
I think it's a disgusting statistic though that once Max wins this, we'll be at a 20-year loss of Ferrari at this Grand Prix, a race where they originally won it
Mm.
non-stop.
Oh, surprise, surprise. They're pushing Perez back in. Oh,
Stupid.
yeah. There you go.
But one has to ask, when's the last time McLaren's been on the podium in Suzuki? And you know what? McLaren has such a very
Oh,
great
oh,
history.
oh, oh.
Yep.
Look at that.
McLaren has such a great history with this track. With Mika Hakkinen beat Michael here many times. Kimi, uh, you know, Alonso and Lewis here. They've had good history here. Now James Hunt won the world championship in Japan, but it was at Fuji. It wasn't at Suzuka.
Yeah, he shouldn't even fucking won it. Lauda was, I mean, what, out for 3 weeks, 4 weeks, or something like that, after almost being burned to death, inhaling burning fumes of fuel into his throat,
I agree with you, but I have to be
getting his ear
Of
like
course, the lungs,
deformed and
get his lungs
reduced.
sucked by yeah. But I have
Oh
to be a
my!
contrarian here though, because James Hunt stayed in a race that could have easily killed him and Fuji. I mean, and was able to pass on the last couple of laps to
And
get the
that's
third.
why Lauda said, "Listen, it's not worth it." And you know what? How many people have come back from retiring, retiring to start their own airline to fly 747s and then came back because he needed money for his airline and won a world championship?
And you
How
know
many
what?
people?
He came back as an older guy against a young master and beat him by half a point in the championship. If that's not one of the most incredible championship victories, that's why I don't. People talk about the greats with Michael and Senna and all this stuff. Nicky Lauda better fucking be up there
Niki
for
Lauda
all the
was
shit he
incredible.
suffered. Because you know what? I love Senna. I love Michael Schumacher. I don't know if those guys could have gone into a hospital, get their lungs sucked out, been burnt on fire, and still won a championship years later as an older man against a guy who would end up becoming one of the greats too in Alan Prost.
Pulled from a burning car by Brett Lunger and a couple other dudes and stuff, and winning the world championship after retiring, and winning on his return after how many years in the hinterlands of starting a uh, airline, and he wins in his third race back at Long Beach. It's a it's a drawing by Randy Owens called Lauda's Charge. 1984. Third race back, Lauda wins the fucking Long Beach Grand Prix. Unbelievable.
And what's even more incredible about that season that he comes back and beats Prost in the championship is he was almost out qualified by him in every single race, but he left his skills in the actual race to become champion because he couldn't beat him in qualifying, which is the sign of a true race car driver.
We love history here, but we're looking at Leclerc trying to get past Russell.
And he's
Oh my God, did he get him?
Yep.
He got him.
Look at the fans too.
They're going ape shit.
That was
Leclerc,
good.
that was incredible.
Wow.
For fourth place, Leclerc really put it on.
Wait, but you know what? He's 3 seconds adrift with 8 laps. What lap is his tires on compared to Piastri? Can he get 3 seconds in 8 laps?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm just asking the question.
No, I know you posit the question, but that was really good. But everything you said about Lauda was correct. But while you were doing that, this Leclerc came on.
Amazing overtake. You're right.
Oh my God, onto Russell. It was amazing. But Nicky Lauda, incredible. Uh, Uncle Bride, that was his favorite driver. He had a Lauda poster on his bedroom wall for years. And Lauda was an incredible individual. Three-time world driving champion.
Yeah,
And
they don't make guys like that. I don't think any of these guys could compare with the adversity he had to face.
not the guy took out a loan to to get into Formula One. His family was a wealthy family in the banking industry, yet they didn't even know he was racing, yet he went and took out a loan so he could drive for his Lord Stanley with the BRM and shit and everything. Crappy car, all this stuff. And he came out on top. Amazing.
Yeah,
Absolutely. You don't hear those stories now. All these guys are fucking
yeah,
got like handlers
of
and
course.
sponsors. You don't hear stories of you taking out a bank loan to support your career. You don't hear stories of Nigel Mansell mortgaging his house so he could continue in F3 to impress. You know, you know, it's a whole different game.
Yeah,
But
you know what? As much as
let's forget about that. Let's focus on our
no, let me
race
get
here.
this
We
point
got
out. Let me say, as
go
much as
ahead.
I love Roman Grosjean and I respect everything he went through, Roman Grosjean got in that fiery crash. He got his hands burnt, and he was not cleared for the rest of the season. Nicky Lauda got his face burned. He had burns within the inside of his lungs and ended up racing a couple weeks later in Formula One. If you can find one guy who would do that nowadays, you're a fucking liar. There's nobody on the grid that would do
And
something like that.
he has half of his ear burned up,
Yep.
his face burned up, his lungs.
Scalp, everything. But let's
I
get back.
mean,
Hamilton just
talk
locked
about a
up.
ballsy guy, though.
What was it,
Absolutely.
Hamilton who locked up or George? Just make sure you give each other plenty of room, Hamilton Radio, to Hamilton. Was Hamilton or Russell the one locking up there?
I don't know, but the thing is, Russell's in front of Hamilton, which is
Ooh,
what I like.
this is
I
gonna be
like to
good.
see Russell in front, even though you always say, I'll go with Lewis. Russell's always in front, and he's going to try to screw him. He's got the DRS, and he's going to take advantage of it. Absolutely. But amazingly, while I disparaged both the Alpines. They're running ninth
Ooh,
and
but
10th.
wait, a Ferrari's right behind both of them too. You got Carlos Sainz, and he's on much fresher tires. He's gonna get Hamilton. He's in a half a second to Hamilton right now.
Whoa. The hamster.
Uh,
I'm just hoping Lawson can get past, but he's so far behind Ocon. It's unbelievable.
Lawson's ahead of Sonoda right now.
Yeah, but he's 19 seconds behind Gasly. Oh
And,
no, Ocon in 10th.
but if
So
he beats
with
Sonoda at
with
home in
5 laps to
Japan,
go,
but if he beats Sonoda at home in Japan, doesn't this just drive our point earlier together?
absolutely.
I mean, Jesus, God Almighty.
Jesus, Joseph, and Mary. Absolutely.
Fifth, sixth, and seventh, all within a half second of each other.
That is, put a blanket over him. That's absolutely wonderful. This is the racing you want to see.
If we can't get it at the front, we'll get it at the middle and the back.
Hey, we'll take it because Max is just gonna He's 17 seconds ahead of fucking Norris.
And
You ain't gonna see anything happen there in 5 laps.
look at the manipulation from Hamilton on the radio. If we both go like this, we're both going to lose positions, which means move over so I can go in front.
So you're not gonna see anything change first, second, and third
no,
with 5 laps to go.
barring some
Nothing.
act of God.
Not one goddamn thing, unless somebody goes off. Absolutely.
One goddamn thing. You're right. You're right.
You know.
But look at the Ferrari seizing up on Hamilton there, right? Oh man! And Hamilton just went wide. He just brought up some dirt from that corner. Look,
he's 7/10 behind Hammy.
No, he's gonna get Hamilton. He's gonna get Hamilton. He's right on him.
Okay, so George not have to worry about Hamilton is what you're saying. Russell Radio, what's he saying?
They're not gonna translate.
They're not translating it for us.
And they
Come
even
on,
said
people. We need some information.
Even the main TV's not translating it too. Even the commentators haven't heard it. So it hasn't been transcribed, but
we got a unique audience here, and we appreciate you people.
yes.
We are very historic-oriented people in regards to Formula One, and we digress a lot. But I hope you enjoy this shit because
Hamilton.
Oh fuck!
Yep.
Did you see that move?
Yes. Very
Holy
aggressive.
Shit! Hamilton on Russell with a DRS because he was half a second, and he just fucking rocket.
And you know what?
Down into turn one.
That was
rocket shipped.
That was laying claim. But that was laying claim to the number one position in that team. That's what that was.
He's like, "Hello, bitch. I'm Lewis Hamilton, and I have 7 world championships."
Yep.
And how many wins does he fucking have?
103.
And how many Georges have? Uno.
One.
Uno. And one Uno sprint race.
Thought he was going to have 2 by last weekend, but no. All right, Sainz should be on him right here. He should get him.
He's going to eat him up.
But
Sainz has got him. Sainz got him.
No.
George is a tough person to pass.
And you know what? George is going to end up saving
3
Lewis,
laps
though.
To go.
He's going to end up saving Lewis, though, because he's going to make him take time.
Exactly. And he's going to eat up. You're right. There's going to time being to eat up. And Lewis will forge ahead.
Come on.
This is not boding well for my point situation.
Come on, Carlos Sainz.
Oh, my God, going in the corner.
He's going to get him on this straight. He'll get him on this straight.
Look at that Ferrari coming around, swinging around. He's got him.
Very close, though.
Pressure tires, DRS.
Go get Lewis, though. I want him to get Lewis, too, though.
I do, too.
But
I would agree.
You know what?
It would help my point situation in Grand Prix Tours Piquet.
And you know what? Lawson has opened the gap more to Tsunoda. It's over a second now. And if he finishes in front of fucking Tsunoda at this race, I know I just said it 5 seconds ago, but this is ridiculous. He should be at AlphaTauri. He really should be. And there's a replay of Leclerc.
I don't know why they're wasting their time and money with fucking Ricardo.
I don't know.
It's a fucking waste of time.
Yeah.
You could have a fucking Lawson for a fifth of the price.
You could pay that kid nothing, he would take the seat. You could pay him $500,000.
Pay him $1 million.
And
you're still talking 5 times less.
And by the way, this is supposed to be, I'm not even looking at it from a completely capitalist point of view. This guy is a better driver. He could eventually, he could matriculate into the main seat eventually if he proved himself.
And the Red Bull. He could take over Perez's seat.
Even though they're going to give it to Norris. But I'm saying, just from a pure meritocracy,
I don't think they are because
meritocracy point of view.
Norris is stupid. Staying with McLaren, extending all this shit. What's this? Yeah, old school pass. Good job. I'm going to go and get them.
He was saying before that message, he said, they're using my trick, which means I think Lewis got past him so that they could maintain at least the fifth position for the constructors.
and try to back him up.
Yeah, so but I'm with Carlos Sainz. Go hunt him down, baby. Let's do this. This is the only action
You
going
know,
down on the last two laps.
this guy has come into his own in the past 8 races.
Hmm.
Signs really has. He's come into his own. He's ahead of Leclerc in the points. He's only if he sucks up on Hamilton, he'll be right behind Leclerc. Um, and he'll still probably maintain his points lead on his teammate. We'll see.
He's got to suck up on Hamilton here.
I still thought Piastri was going to finish second, but that ain't going to happen.
He'll get a first podium ever, which will be huge, man. It'll be big.
It's like
That's
they
good.
said. The dude said, he better be worth all his
And he was.
bullshit, and he was.
And you know what? He made a fucking smart decision because at the start of this season, me and you were thinking, you know what? Maybe he didn't make the right decision, you know?
Yeah, because Alpine was strong in the
Yeah.
beginning, and they're running ninth and 10th, actually. Gasly, Ocon, ninth, 10th. Lawson's 19 seconds behind Ocon and 10th. Ain't going to happen unless Ocon goes off.
But look,
So,
Sonoda's going to lose to a guy who's been in the car for 3 races. I mean, this isn't. I know he's not going to get a point, but
and where do you think Ricardo would be?
can Red Bull reverse a decision and just pay Ricardo? This is a joke. That this guy is now again for the 3rd race in a row gonna beat Tsunoda. And I know
Yeah,
Tsunoda had 2 issues 2 times in a row where he didn't even start the race, but I don't think he would have ever gotten the 9th position that
no way.
Lawson got. I mean, give me a fucking break.
And Helmut Marko and Christian Horner were kissing Ricardo's ass in Macy's window. I don't understand it. Look, they show the fans again. How many times they show a race and they show the fans waving flags and going crazy? Not here in Japan, yeah. A lot of the other places you never see that. I love Japanese fans. They are really all in.
Yeah,
But Max
absolutely.
is just doing, what
He's
is
on
he?
his own.
19 seconds ahead
He's
of
on
Norris
his own. He's on his
with the
own.
fastest lap. So it's 25 plus one. So you're talking 26.
And that was
47
so
career
it'll be
wins.
48 with this. And
Oh boy, this race was fast. I thought this would be a 2-hour deal.
not
But
when it's not raining. This is a fast track.
you are right. You're absolutely right. And there's not a lot of marbles out on the corners here. Did you notice that?
Yeah, I think the races used to seem longer here because Mika and Michael were fighting so much they seemed longer. But when
Those
it's
were
just a guy,
great
yeah,
races.
those were great races. And
Meek and Michael.
what did Mika beat him 2 years in a row here, and then Michael beat him 2 years in a row. So 4 years in a row, it was between 2 guys. Pretty
eh,
sure.
it was awesome. I have a great deal of respect for Mika Hakkinen. I mean, I'm so glad that they saved his life in Australia when he was
Yeah,
driving for
Sid
McLaren to demonstrate.
Watkins,
Sid Watkins,
tracheotomy
tracheotomy.
right on the place.
Hello, thank you for being a top flight medical professional. Sid Watkins was
Rest in peace,
incredible.
baby. Sid Watkins.
Absolutely fucking shout out to fucking
Also,
the memory of Sid Watkins.
I also wanted to say this shout out because we both love Formula One. We do this together because we both love Formula One.
Piastri's first fucking podium,
I want to
like he
say,
said.
rest in peace. There was a worker yesterday who died constructing the Las Vegas Grand Prix.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And rest in peace to him because although you were just a construction worker, you were putting up the first Grand Prix in Las Vegas.
What
Uh,
happened?
uh, a laceration on the neck from a piece of steel or something.
Do you know the person's name?
No, no. I read about it, but you know what? We're racing fans. None of this happens without some sort of sacrifice, whether it's either a driver or when we saw in the Canadian Grand Prix a couple years back with one of the safety crew members and all this. But racing is not just a deadly experience for just the drivers, but for everybody else too. So
There's a lot of
you
people
know,
involved in this sport,
yep.
and you really do have to acknowledge these people.
Yep, absolutely.
That
Absolutely.
I want next race. We need to know that person's name. We
We'll
need
read
to
it. We'll read it. Yeah, we'll read it out on the next stream. But we don't know your name now, but you know what? God bless your family. If there is a GoFundMe, we'll send something from this channel for your
Yeah,
family.
we ain't shit neither.
Yeah, we're not
You ain't
bullshitting.
no fucking way.
Because that to me was just somebody who was trying to do their best for an event coming up and was in an unfortunate situation. So we'll send something on behalf of father and son F1 too.
Fucking A, Bubba.
Yeah.
I
So
mean, we're the real deal here.
yeah.
We love F1. We love the people involved in F1, not just the big fucking
Not
celebrity
just
shit.
the rich guys. Yeah.
Yeah, this is about
Racing at its
motorsport, motorsport in
purest
the form.
form.
You know, it's like I race, but I never made fucking much money out of racing and everything because I I wanted to race, and I didn't make that full commitment that these dudes did. That's what it's all about. When you're at this level, you have to make such a commitment in your life to do this. You gotta like uh forget about some things like personal relationships and all this to be able to do what these guys need to do.
Yep.
Some of that involves, like I said, you could fall in love with a woman, but the thing is, you need to fucking race. Fuck that. I'm racing.
Yeah.
Fuck that. My family, fuck that. I'm not showing up for Thanksgiving or whatever. I'm serious.
Oh, did
That's
they
what
win the constructors? Sorry to break
it
in.
looks
They
like.
won
That
the constructors championship. So
fucking
I
A,
th-
Bubba.
I think that's why we were both shitting on Perez, but I think that's why they were waiting him in the wing for
Now,
something
I was
like
looking
that.
at the points, and Max could have secured the constructor title by himself. With the amount of points he has scored as a driver, he secured the title himself, Alex.
Really? Yeah, because
Yeah.
Perez didn't do shit. Of course.
No, because of the disparity between Max, the amount of points he has, versus both
And
Mercedes drivers.
you know what? I have to remind us. Last year, Max won the championship here, and now he did it again. And that's big if you don't know why, because the Japanese influence with
Look at
Honda
these
Power,
Japanese fans.
the Honda Power here for Red Bull, that's a big freaking deal to win that in front of the home crowd of the engine
You
suppliers
fucking
and
A.
all the work. That's a big deal.
That is big. And he's very, look at how happy he is. Constructors.
And he did it
and
single-handedly. He did it
he
single-handedly.
did. He really did. Because you could discount all the points that Perez scored. He would have won the constructor title by himself. That's how huge of a disparity between the points. It's really incredible when you think about that. That never really happened in the past. Never. Granted, the whole point system has changed. When I started watching Formula One, there was the top 6 points: 9, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. 9, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. That was the points. when
Yep.
I started watching
And it
Formula
was
One.
only up into sixth position as well. For everybody
Correct.
listening who's not been a fan of Formula One, it went from what, 6 to 8 to 10, was it?
They went from 9, then they went to 10.
No, I'm saying from the top six, and then it went the top eight, and then the top 10 for the point
Exactly.
system. Yeah, that's what I'm. Because Mark Webber,
You're right. You're
Mark
right. Now that
Webber was really impressive in his first Grand Prix in Australia because he was able to get sixth in Minardi,
at
which,
1 point, which
yeah,
they had never
which
even
was
scored before.
it's hard to explain that to somebody who's a current fan because, let's think of a worse team like maybe a Haas or maybe even a Alfa Romeo. You get a 10th position, that's a point. You couldn't get a fucking 10th and get 1 point. You had to be in the
No,
top
six.
six, which
Exactly.
is a much, much higher bar
And that
to
was
reach.
traditional since the modern era of Formula One, starting in 1950. So, good point there, Alex.
Yeah.
Very good. You have made so many astute observations during this telecast. Ah, I'm so impressed.
Yeah,
You
well, we
the
got all the
fucking
facts here. We got all the breaking news, race updates. We have it all written down just so everybody who's viewing can look down and see
yeah.
all the things I'm
It's not
talking about.
written down. It's written down in your brain, and
Yeah,
you're
we
doing
got
a
an
great.
encyclopedia for Formula One and UFC. If it translated to college or high school, I'd be much farther along right now. But yes, thank you very much. And thanks everybody for tuning in.
Look at the Japanese fans.
I know if
They're
you were,
just going ape
yes,
shit
they're going
again
crazy. And there's Lando.
with two McLaren guys on the podium.
And if you were
They're
on
going
the
ape shit.
if you were on the East Coast, if you were even on the West Coast, staying along with us for this one, this was a late night Grand Prix, and it
We
was.
love you, MRFers.
I'll be honest with you here. This was my favorite Grand Prix we've ever done. This was a lot of fun.
I love the Japanese Grand Prix. It's always been awesome. When's our next race? Let's take a look.
Uh,
Oh my God.
we go from Japan to Qatar, right? Am I wrong?
Qatar, I'm gonna Khalil Al Katan, my buddy out
Two
there.
weeks, baby, 2 weeks, and it will be an afternoon race, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, just to let everyone know, the Qatar Grand Prix was held in 2021. It was dominated by Lewis Hamilton in what I assume to be an illegal engine modification form for Mercedes to challenge Red Bull in the championship in the latter part of the season.
And we didn't have a race last year
And
because
we,
of the
yep, and I was just
World
about to go
Cup.
there, but my big guy right here just got it right away. Of course, because of the World Cup, they ceased all other operations.
Yeah.
So the Grand Prix is back. They signed a 10-year extension, so it's going to be here for a long time. Of course, oil, Saudi, Arab money is big. And we don't know much about the track other than it's a very, very, and I'm going to be honest with everybody, boring race. Now, we should come to it because these are new generation cars. So it might have been a boring race because we had a certain level of Formula One car for over 10 seasons that's no longer present. So this could be a much different race than it was last time. You're going to have to assume that Red Bull is going to be fast there. But it's very different because these are all new generation cars, so you might not know exactly where each team stacks up at this next Grand Prix.
And I should be able to make the broadcast because I'll be coming back from Hershey, Pennsylvania for the Antique Automobile Club of America Eastern Fall Meet, which is one of the most important classic car shows in the world. So I'm pretty sure, unless my son joins me there, uh, but
Yeah.
he's got some bigger things on his plate right now. So after that, you got 2 weeks, and then it's the U.S. Grand Prix. So the Qatar, as they say, Qatar was like Qatar is the 18th round of the Formula One Grand. We have 23 rounds, so it goes Qatar, United States Grand Prix, Mexico,
Mexican, Brazil,
the United States,
Interlagos,
excuse me, United
United
States
States,
Grand Prix at COTA, Circuit of the
Mexican,
Americas, Mexico,
Interlagos, which in my opinion
Brazil.
is one of the best Grand Prix all year.
Okay, that's one's on our bucket list too.
Yes.
Japan, Brazil. I think I'd prefer to go to Japan first.
Yes, but
So,
I mean Senna, the history there, I would love to go to Interlagos.
yeah, but I would love to go to Japan first.
Yes, I
Okay,
know.
so round 20, Mexico. Round 21, Brazil. Round 22,
Las Vegas.
Viva Las Vegas with Elvis Baby.
And the most expensive by far Grand Prix. More expensive than Monaco, even if you were staying at a hotel and bought a regular ticket that wasn't on a yacht. It is the most expensive Grand Prix you can attend. There are bars selling tickets to watch a large screen and drink $25 vodka sodas for $500 a ticket.
Wow, it's ridiculous. Let me remind our Formula One fans how much I spent to attend the 1979 U.S. Grand Prix at Watkins Glen, including 3 days of camping. $27.50.
Oh my
I
God.
have the ticket, and if you'd like to see it, I'll scan it and send it.
We'll put it up on a post on the YouTube channel
Oh,
to
you
prove
know
it.
it, baby. You know it.
To prove it.
It is. I mean, I ain't lying.
No, no bullshit here. I mean, that's what it used. It used to be like that. And man, Watkins Glen. Can you imagine if they had a Formula One race there now? It'd be so much fun.
And for a racer, I came back when I moved back from the West Coast to the East Coast and raced at Watkins Glen and won 3 races there on each configuration of the track. So Watkins Glen is so important to me as a track. Having watched the 1979 U.S. Grand Prix, Gilles Villeneuve, win in the 312 T4. And when he was qualifying in the rain, he was 10 to 11 seconds faster than anyone. 10 to 11 seconds faster a lap than anyone. Fucking put that in your fucking mind and spin that around, right?
Yeah, think about what Verstappen did this weekend and the difference between that and what he just said.
Absolutely. So they're having an orgasm here with the constructor's title.
And
Helmut Marco's even got a shirt on and stuff.
six
And
times now. What was Mercedes? 7 times the constructors' championship, so they're one behind Mercedes. And you know what? I don't like saying this because I want competition, but do you really see a threat for the constructors next season? To be honest with me here,
how many constructor titles does Ferrari have?
many more than that. But I'm just saying, do you think Red Bull will be able to equal Mercedes by next season? Most likely.
Mm, probably. But the thing is, these guys, the McLaren guys, are getting up on the second, third, and they're acting like they almost won the race. Yet they were, what, 17 seconds behind?
Yeah, it's not the best, but you got to remember for their team, they started this season out like they started 2022 out. They were one of the worst teams at the start of this season again, and now they're getting podiums on a consistent basis.
Yeah, this is Lando Norris's second place in a row.
Yeah,
It's amazing. But I don't like it when a driver's happy with that.
me neither. It's got to be absolute.
You shouldn't be happy with second place, especially 2 races in a row.
But I think he's happy with what he conceivably can achieve in that car. It might. I agree with you. The whole meat-headed idea that you're a racing driver, you should only be happy with first. But I think Formula One's almost its own entity away from all other racing, where it's like there's so much involved. There's so many things that you can't control. Where if you can put a car that's not as superior as another car to that position, it almost is like a victory to a certain degree, but it never will be, and we both
Look
know
at that!
that.
Look at that shit-eating grin on Max Verstappen's face. Like,
He
yeah, I won this fucking race. You fuckers were
doubting
fucking
me.
doubting me last race. Yeah, excuse me, what did I just do? I think I just won the fucking Japanese Grand Prix,
By
and I think
20
my team,
seconds.
and I think my team just won the fucking constructors title,
Yeah.
and my team principal, let's see, what's his name? Oh, Christian Horner. Yeah, he's standing on the fucking podium with us to
Yep.
accept the
Constructors World. Now,
because
let me sorry, I don't want to interrupt you. This is the
look,
kissing
look at these
trophy. It will turn into your country's colors when you kiss it.
red, white, and blue.
Told you.
Hell, that's beautiful. That's neat.
Told you. At least it's something interesting.
Different.
I mean, I think they could have made a different looking trophy
There's
than that.
Mohammed bin Salman,
Yep, bin Salman.
MBS, my old customer.
And I think it could have been a cooler trophy, but at least the Japanese are interesting with this stuff. Now, does
Who's
it
this
go for
dude?
it goes for all trophies, right?
Lenovo. Oh,
So
he's
should
a
this be the
sponsor.
Austrian flag?
No, the British.
No, it should be the Austrian because Red Bull's Austrian, right? No, I didn't see any. I didn't see any color.
I didn't see a red and white.
All right, so this should be the British flag if he kisses it, right?
Yeah.
Is he
Should
gonna
be
work?
the Union Jack.
Did he kiss it? All right, come on. So now we're gonna need the
He didn't
Australian.
fucking kiss it.
He's gonna need the Australian one.
Aussie.
You have to kiss it for it to go. They guys aren't kissing
You're
it.
not
I'm telling
fucking kissing
you,
it, the
because
stupid
Max kissed it. That's what you have to do to activate it.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Oh, look at Max is getting the Christian.
All right, so they wrapped up the constructors. That's 2 years in a row. So
Fucking Horner's soaked. Look
the
at him.
constructors championship has been decided in this Grand Prix. You know?
Absolutely, as it should be. And like I said, Max could have handled it by himself.
And he did. And he did.
Crazy motherfucker.
Well, I want
And
to
he's
thank everybody, and I want
Thank you, people.
and I
We
want to
really
yeah,
do appreciate
we
you
really do.
tuning in. You know, we're an eclectic fucking approach on F1, and I hope you appreciate it because I got some fucking serious years behind it.
Serious
And we got
knowledge,
this young dude who's got enough different perspective on it too, but he's really got some good insight.
And
So-
if I were to put in description of our view, it's like, listen, most of Formula One coverage and media comes from a very European centric, very polite view. This is not what we do. We're very straightforward. We say exactly how we feel. We do not put erasers over our opinions, and that's exactly why we do this channel. So if anybody wants to come here and hear the straight dope about what's actually happening instead of a courteous Englishman's way of describing Formula One, this is the channel for you guys.
Because racing is about purity and it's about no bullshit like you said, and it's like calling it like it is. And you know, it's an American perspective of it, but not for nothing. I've followed this shit for so long. I know it more than other people, and I've transferred that fucking knowledge to this young
Yeah,
person that is
absolutely.
my son and who's fucking absorbed it and knows what he's fucking talking
And we'll
about.
transfer it down another generation, I'm sure.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
I'm sure
Abso-fucking-lutely.
it will be a
So-
system here. But thank you guys, and let's just check in, big guy. I want to let everyone know because this is important. Next Grand Prix, October 8th. That's 2 weeks from now. It will be at 1 p.m. It will be at the Losail Circuit, which is only 10 miles away from where Messi won the World Cup for Argentina.
And it's where Khalil Al-Katan lives.
And I'm going to tell you this.
And Ahmed Al-Katan.
And I'm going to tell you this. You're going to want to tune into this race.
And Al-Katan Classics.
You're going to want to tune into this race because when Red Bull challenged Mercedes, they couldn't win this race. It was in a different generation type of car, and it was a big gap between Mercedes and Red Bull. So this could spell another victory for a possible another team because Red Bull were not able to compete with Mercedes there. And on top of that, we have new generation cars, which will flip the order even more than that.
Okay, you say that. So, who is the team in the past two races that have challenged Red Bull for a win? So it's not
For
Ferrari.
Yeah, it's Mercedes challenge them there.
No.
Lewis
Uh, 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 uh,
specifically.
uh, uh.
Go ahead. What?
Second, third place this race.
Okay, so you got the McLarens, but the thing is, it's such a wide
Is
gap.
it
But do you think this track, this is a very different track. It's not well known. It's not a practice entity, so
I
it's still a
understand that.
question mark. So it
So does that play into McLaren's?
I think it plays into Mercedes because they dominated this race last time.
Okay,
I think
fair
it
enough.
plays into George Russell. I think it plays into Lewis Hamilton. And I think since Lando Norris has been doing so well in the McLaren, it's obviously going to play into him just based on skills.
Not
But
just Lando,
not
but
just Lando, Oscar Piastri too. But of course, Lando, I still believe in terms of not just qualifying, but the physical race itself is much more of a competitor. But this is still a question mark. And if you want to look for a Grand Prix on the grid that will be a throw up right now, between all the races, it's going to be Qatar, it's going to be Brazil, and it's going to be Las Vegas because Brazil is where George Russell won, Qatar is where Lewis Hamilton won, and Las Vegas is still a question mark. Every other track is pretty much a Red Bull
okay.
lockout.
So, Mr. Khalil, if you would like us to visit, please send us some airline tickets and race
Qatar
tickets
Airways.
because we would love to see you, buddy.
Yep.
20 years as a customer. So, but whatever.
All
We're
right.
just trying to, we're just shills on everything
We're
sometimes.
just a bunch of schnurs over
We're a
here.
bunch of shills and stuff. You know, Pirelli didn't even send me a new hat. I found the old hat. But
We'll make a new hat. I've been wearing a Ferrari hat, but we'll see you guys on October 8th, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Check all other standard times. I know we
really,
have I
it's
know
1
we have
p.m.
I know we have a lot of Arab listeners too, so check your timetables wherever it is.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum to you guys.
Alaikum alam.
And we will even be more assalamu alaikum
Inshallah.
because
Inshallah, God willing.
and it will
we
be
will
even
be there.
better. It will be even better for your timetables because it will be in the Middle East, so it will be whatever time
Yeah.
you're used to sporting events.
Hey,
Thank you very much from Alex and
the big guy.
the big guy. All right. Thank you guys so much. This was a fun Japanese Grand Prix, and we now have a 2023 Constructors Championship in Red Bull.
Which was no doubt. So,
All right. Signing off.
assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum. October 8th, 1 p.m., La Salle, Qatar.
Assalamu alaikum. Assalam. Inshallah.